It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details.
Live from multiple locations via the miracle of Skype, it's the LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing. Co-host, Ed Kaluka. Featuring dangerous Dan Margetta. And Brian Schmidt. LTN is a caller-driven program, and your participation is encouraged by calling 414-421-7901. That's 414-421-7901. Now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
And welcome to the program. Glad you could join us as we're getting ready to race. Let's see, a couple of races. Dover and Madison today. For Dover, Chris Buescher will start on the pole. Now, there's something I don't say very often. Thanks for joining us. Todd Bailing joining you from somewhere in Maryland, joined by my three partners, Ed Kaluka in West Bend, Wisconsin. Hi, Ed.
Hey, don't let the qualifying reflect the finish of this race, because it's really a mess.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Dan Margetta of St. Francis, Wisconsin.
Good morning. Looking to do the show, and I'm going to head to Madison today and keep track of the Dover race on my phone.
Oh, nice. And, of course, Brian Schmidt of Utzberg, Wisconsin. Hey, Brian.
Morning. The rain finally stopped. Maybe someday it'll warm up around here.
Yeah, now that it's May, perhaps spring will be right around the corner, right?
Sure. Keep looking.
They're racing at Dover today. Let's see. Coverage starts here on the Big 920 at 1 o'clock. The green flag will fall at 2:11, and it will be televised on FS1 for those of you who have that. Chris Buescher, how about that? That's got to be a shot in the arm for the entire RFK racing team, and maybe Keselowski's efforts are starting to pay off, maybe just a little bit, huh?
Well, I think his efforts are not reflective of who should be up there. This qualifying practice deal they got set up now, we practice for 15 minutes Group A, 15 minutes Group B. We qualify Group A, we pull 5. We qualify Group B, we pull 5. And then these 10 guys go for the pole. Well, I don't know how they get into the Group A and Group B, because there's a lot of guys that get trapped into a segment that has all the top drivers in it. You know, like Harvick and a few other ones were in a Group A. And it ends up with a phony results.
Are they doing a lot of long-run stuff? I mean, are they thinking this place is going to have a lot of cautions or something? And most people worked on like lap average stuff and not single-lap qualifying, and that's why they're up front, or has that got nothing to do with it?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, Dan. Some guys go out there and run a full 15 minutes just to see what the car is going to do in a long run. Other guys are so far out of left field that they look at the throttle and the car's spinning, and they got bigger problems, which was quite evident yesterday.
Brian, is this an attempt to bring a little bit of dirt track drama to NASCAR qualifying?
Well, maybe. I mean, the reason they do Group A and Group B in dirt racing is because the dirt track changes all the time. I mean, here, Group A and Group B are separated by their odd and even finishing order from the previous race. So it kind of is just a random draw. I personally don't know why they do that, because the other two series, they just have a half an hour of practice where everybody's out there, and then they qualify all the cars, and they get to their, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. They get to your top 10, and then you qualify them. Why they do the Group A and the Group B thing, I'm not sure. I think the reason they did it was so that when Group A is on the track, the Group B guys are on pit road, and the guys can interview them. If you notice, that's how they usually do it, and vice versa. I think the whole thing was designed strictly for TV. Like I said, the dirt thing is they do A and B because the dirt track changes. If you're the first qualifier or the 30th qualifier, there's a huge difference in speed. That's why they do it on the dirt. But here, I think they simply did it strictly for TV.
it's all made for television, right? Little TV drama, little interview time. It's carefully designed.
But like Ed said, it kind of skews the qualifying because, I said it's set by the odd and even finishing order from the previous race. And if you get your quote unquote good guys all finishing in odd positions from the week before, you're not going to have your 10 fastest cars, the 10 running for the pole, because you may have, 9 of them in Group A and only, 1 or 2 in Group B. So it's kind of skewed.
So the winner of qualifying of our lives goes to Chris Buescher, 160.149. You know why that number jumps out at me? Because the first race I ever went to in my life was at Michigan. First Cup race. It was at Michigan when it was David Pearson on the pole in the Wood Brothers 21 car, and he qualified at 160 miles an hour. Now, that was a 2-mile track with those old cars. And here we are on a 1-mile track, and Chris Buescher did it in a Ford of all things. And the 17 car will start on the pole today. Interesting. See what he's got for the program. If you'd like to participate, well, we certainly would love to hear from you. And our number is 414-421-7901. And you can talk about anything going on in the world of NASCAR. And they've been racing at Dover, Delaware. This is the first time that these new cars, again, are going to be racing on another new track. Now here we're going to Dover, a high bank 1-mile concrete surface. It has absolutely nothing can be taken from yesterday's Xfinity race to today's Cup race. But I'll tell you one thing, they sure put on a whale of a race yesterday in the Xfinity series. The action was spectacular. The racing was really great. Josh Berry won the thing. Sam Mayer sure is fun to watch, isn't he, guys?
Wow. He just needs to get a pit crew, a competent pit crew, because that poor guy, he passes more cars week in and week out, and there are more screw-ups on pit road than I've ever seen, I think, from a professional Cup team.
And some of that team, too, he sped a couple times. If you can get a clean race with no mistakes, I'd like to see where he'd finish, because he comes back a lot.
Let's remember, he's 18 years old. He's in this series to learn, and, by the time he graduates from Xfinity to the Cup Series, he'll be ready to go, and that's a good thing because he sure has a lot of lessons. I think lesson number 1 is when we go through and look at our tack and behind the pace car in the first opening pace laps, you need to pay close attention and not exceed that speed until you're back out onto the track again.
The problem is they play these games with these lights on the dash, 4 green, 2 blue, 4 red, and they're not using the tack as you should. They have a screen that doesn't have the tack in it, and these lights flash up for each segment. And if you go around the outside of that curve, you're gonna be okay. But if you cut the corner and go on the right inside of that curve with 4 or 5 lights showing, you're gonna be too fast. It's just. I agree with you, Todd. Give it all that crap, and let's go back to the tack.
Yeah, he'll be fine in the long run. Just remember how absolutely talented this kid is. It's just amazing. And by the way, Noah Gregson, another teammate in Junior Motorsports, won the $1 million dash for cash.
100,000.
What's that, Dan?
It was 100,000. It wasn't a million. 100,000.
Oh, it was 100,000. Why did I say 100,000? Still not a bad little payday. Did I say million?
And if you ever want to be entertained during an Xfinity race, just listen to the spotter and one of the team principals from the AJ's car. I'm telling you, this guy is a character.
Allmendinger, you talking about?
Allmendinger's radio. If you need to listen to that for a race, and you'll be well entertained.
And how do people do that who don't normally get an opportunity to do something like that?
You pay $19.95 for the year, so that you can listen to any car, any radio, any race.
Wow, that's
off
pretty
the
good value.
NASCAR app or NASCAR.com. It's a scanner section of that. It's kind of cool. You can hear everybody. And AJ's a pretty cool guy. When he ran Indy cars, we had a slot car track at the Milwaukee Mile, and we were just having fans race with us. And AJ stopped by and raced for quite a while and had a lot of fun and really entertained the fans. And the PR lady was kind of pulling away because he had an appearance to go to, and he was like, "Nope, I'm racing with the fans right now. They can wait." And I thought it was pretty cool. That was probably back in 2005.
So you get all divisions when you pay the $19.95. You get trucks, you get Xfinity, you get Cup.
Yep.
Sounds like a pretty good value. Well, that's see there. We just did a commercial for something for NASCAR. That's pretty good, I think. Getting ready to continue the short track season. Slingers opener was last week. They're racing at Madison. I wonder if they're bringing any drivers in. We'll be right back.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
It'll be here before you know it. America's National Park of Speed, Road America, has a thrilling, jam-packed race season coming May through September. Vintage racing, IndyCar, NASCAR, and more. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at RoadAmerica.com.
Spring is in the air, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need, with fresh mulch arriving daily, from premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to Enviro mulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
The Milwaukee Admirals are headed to the postseason. Friday night, the Admirals host the Manitoba Moose in the first game of the playoff series. 41 seconds remaining in the period. 1-0 Rockford. Huntington, far trapezoid line. Center. Far down a score! Pre-game coverage at 6:30. Face-off at 7 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to LTN. Todd Bailing, Ed Kluka, Dan Margetta, Brian Schmidt, joined by our special guest, Matt Kenseth, who's getting ready to make a little return to one of the best tracks he's ever raced at in Wisconsin at Madison International Speedway. Welcome back, my friend.
Hey, Todd.
How are you?
Doing great. How are you guys?
Good. I see that you're keeping yourself in shape by running little races like the Boston Marathon.
Yeah. I guess it gives me something to do, something to kind of be structured for and train for and do all that stuff. So yeah, it's marathon training is really long and a lot of time spent. So yeah, it was a really neat race, great event, and I did better than I thought I would. So I was happy with that. It was fun.
Yeah, no kidding. You're running like under 7-minute miles and stringing them all together. Where is all that? You were never a runner back in the day. This is just a recent accomplishment, right?
Yeah, I was not. So I'm older, but I'm really low mileage. So I really didn't start running until about 6 or 7 years ago, something like that. So I've ran 4 marathons now. I did four out of the 6 majors I've done. So I hit all the good ones. They've all been fun. They've all been really cool events and fun to be part of. And
there's only one thing left,
so.
Matt, and that's Tour de France. But you love to ride bikes.
Yeah, I don't think I can quite cut it there.
Well, you don't know until you try. But you're remembering, speaking of riding a bike, once you ride a bike, must be like driving a race car. You never forget, and you're coming back and racing at Madison today, of all places.
Yeah, looking forward to the race today. We didn't get on the track very long yesterday. It was kind of raining off and on a little bit. When we were on the track, it wasn't going super great. So hopefully I can be a little bit more up to speed today. Glad I got on track a little bit. It's been a couple of years since I've been in a race car, so it's fun to get back out there, and looking forward to racing these guys today.
You did get some laps. How was it?
Yeah, yesterday we weren't very fast, so we didn't get a lot of laps. We only got on the racetrack twice, I guess. So, hopefully we'll get a little more practice today. Everything's, somewhat condensed as far as the schedule goes. So I would like to get more time on the track, but, hopefully we'll be able to get up to speed a little quicker today.
Hey, Matt, what car are you running in this race? Is it a Pathfinder car, or is it the same one you've always run, or is it a brand new one?
It's a brand new Pathfinder that Joe and Jason built. So the car's really nice. Like I said, it should be good. It's a good looking car. They did a great job putting it together. So we'll run it here and then run it in Slinger here in a couple months.
Sure have a lot of fans at Madison. This must be kind of like a little bit of a homecoming for you, huh?
Yeah, it's fun to come back here. Certainly, spent a lot of time here when I was younger and first started racing, as you did as well. I remember used to run into you every once in a while driving here. We used to cross paths. So it's a fun racetrack. It's obviously a special area to me, growing up so close to here. And I remember coming here and watching the races before I started racing. It was the first time I ever seen a super late model on a track. So I remember coming here once with my dad and just hearing those cars. We used to run those 180-degree headers on there, and they had that certain sound to them, and the place just seemed like the biggest racetrack and the fastest cars I've ever that could ever be anywhere. So I got a lot of cool memories from this racetrack. So it's gonna be fun to come back here and race again.
And success. I mean, you've had some just fabulous success at this place too. Gee whiz. Yeah,
we ran pretty well here for a few years, so we're able to win some races, and I always enjoyed running here on Friday nights. So yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't really mean anything for today. So a lot of good cars here, a lot of great drivers, a lot of people I know, a lot of people I don't know. So it's always interesting to me to kind of come back and see where everybody's at.
Geez, this is the first time you're going to get a race against Luke Fenhouse, I think, our 18-year-old champion from Slinger from last year. This kid has got some talent. It'll be kind of cool having the grizzled veteran against the promising youngster on the same track.
Grizzled, yeah. I hope I can keep up, honestly. So I haven't. Last time we ran here, we didn't run particularly well, and Ty was just dominated us and just kind of played with us until he passed me and drove away by a whole straightaway. So I'm just hoping, honestly, I can keep up. It's not easy coming back to these places, even when you're current, you're racing all the time, and even if you're running some late models and doing that kind of stuff, and you come back to a track that you haven't been at for a while, and you race against the guys who do this all the time, it's always tough, and it's extra tough, I think, when you've been gone for a while and haven't done any of this stuff, and then you come back with limited practice and just try to go run with those guys. So I think it's going to be a challenge. So I'm looking forward to it, but I think it's going to be challenging.
Half of the Matt Kenseth return summer tour in Wisconsin. The second half will be at Slinger coming up for the Nationals in July. You can be gone from there for years and come back and still run right up front. It's absolutely amazing how you run at Slinger. So I don't think it's going to be that much different for you at Madison. It all depends on the car. It seems to me anyway, but good luck today. It's pretty cool.
Oh, appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see. We all seem to do a little better at Slinger than coming to some of these other places. It seems like we can get the car a little closer. And last time we got fortunate with some cautions, was able to to get by there in the last set of corners and the last laps. That was a fun race. So I'm looking forward to getting back there. I know there's going to be a bunch of cars, a bunch of good guys there this year. I think with the race, paying so much to win. So I think we'll have a work cut out for us, then. But like I said, looking forward to running today, see where this goes, and go from there.
Awesome. Hey, Matt, good luck today. Thanks for being on with us, particularly on short notice.
No problem. I wasn't doing anything. I was just driving to the racetrack, so it's perfect timing.
Excellent. Good luck, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Matt Kenseth getting ready to race at this of all the times that Matt has raced at Madison, I have either announced for it or been in the stands. This is the first time since 1992 that I am going to miss Matt Kenseth racing at Madison. I am on the road doing a family thing for a couple of weeks, and will not be able to see it today. And I'm a good thing I'll be able to watch it, Dan. And I guess it's going to be on MidwestTour.tv again.
Correct. Yeah, same as last week. And I'll represent for you. I'll head out there right after the show. So
nice.
I'll still be there if he does well.
All right. And it's also racingamerica.com?
No, just Midwest Tour TV.
Just MidwestTour.tv, not like last week. Okay, very good. Well, it's the Joe Shear Classic is always a good one. We'll take a break and come back.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
Matt Kenseth returns to MIS Sunday afternoon, May 1st for the Joe Shear Classic 200. Presented by Keen Park. See the stars and cars of the ARCA Midwest Tour battle on Wisconsin's fastest half mile for $15,000 to win. Plus Midwest trucks and 602 Outlaw late model. Get advanced discount tickets and information at MISRacing.com. The ARCA Midwest Tour returns to Madison International Speedway for the Joe Shear Classic 200 featuring NASCAR champ Matt Kenseth. First race 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, May 1st. Madison International Speedway. Don't miss it.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
We are cup racing and the green flag is out.
Returns to the Monster Mile.
Trouble up in turn number 3. Eric Almirola up and into the outside wall. Boy, he hit it a ton.
For 400 laps of intense racing action.
Alex Bowman up off turn number 4. Looks to Shannon Bednarik, sees the checkered flag in the air.
It's the Duramax Dryden 400 presented by Relodyne.
Sunday, coverage starts at 1 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
And welcome back to LTN. I have to say, Denny Hamlin isn't the sharpest knife in the drawer sometimes. Good driver, obviously. Not good in the pits. And also not the smartest guy when it comes to dealing with what we have come to learn is the woke NASCAR. He posted... Now, I didn't see the meme. I've heard about it. I've been told about it. He posted a little something from a cartoon show that was aired on Fox. Something like that, Dan? Or Brian?
Clip from the show The Family Guy from a while ago, I guess. And it aired at one time. Apparently they don't air it anymore, or it's been taken off of some other, post-airing streaming platforms. I know it's not really part of it anymore, but it was from a while.
Oh, all right. Well,
it was awfully creative of him, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah, all he did was share it, right? Somebody found it and tagged him on it, and he shared it.
He added stuff to it.
I don't think he did. Somebody put it up there, and he just shared it, I think.
Oh, because it said this is Kyle Larson, and then the one that I saw showed the print on there. This is Kyle Larson, and it shows the girl driving the car and say I cut across 5-lane, and shows her cutting across, and then shows a video of Kyle Larson, the end of the race last cutting across and. The only problem was that the girl that was driving it was of
Asian descent.
Yeah, so that's where the big no-no comes in.
And that, of course, Kyle Larson is half Japanese. Well, all right. So, Hamlin got his pee-pee whacked again, and now he's got to go through sensitivity training from NASCAR for being a bad boy. And really, you got to be smarter than that. Come on, think about it. Now, what he was posting about turned out to be a whale of a race at Talladega last week, as Ross Chastain has won his second race of the year, one of only 2 drivers with 2 wins. Looks like I would like to have the job of being the watermelon caretaker. He has a watermelon at every track, and the dude has to run out there while he's standing on his car and hand him a watermelon. Now, there's a job for you. A watermelon farmer from Alva, Florida. Pretty neat. What did you guys think of the first ever Talladega race with the new cars?
And it seemed okay. I got to only watch highlights. I'll admit I didn't see the whole race because I was at Slinger last week. What I watched, it looked like it was all right. And it was, I mean, a lot of guys were in the mix, coming down to the finish as always. And of course, we were at the end. That didn't change. However, I don't think it was we have as many big ones as we did in the past. I didn't see the whole event.
It just seemed a lot different than what Daytona was. Everybody always compares the two races, and they were strikingly different between what you saw at Daytona and what you saw at Talladega. Daytona, there's a lot of side-by-side for a lot of it. Here in Talladega, they were strung out for a while, and they'd mix it up a little bit. But it seemed like they did a lot more riding around at Talladega than they did at Daytona. Maybe it's because they knew what they knew from Daytona, and they wrecked some cars there, and they didn't want to do it here. But they still got the finish, and these restrictor plate races, the bottom line is, are you going to have an exciting finish? And that's exactly what you got. So I think it was successful in that aspect.
Absolutely. The cars do seem to race pretty good at the higher speeds, and but the pushing. Sooner or later, pushing is going to be a problem. And when you push on a straightaway, it seems to be okay. You got to be smart enough not to touch another car going through the turn. Although they were so close together, sometimes you just don't have a choice. There's going to be some touching, and therefore it looks like pushing in the turns, which is what leads to problems. But overall, I think NASCAR has got to be pretty thrilled with these new cars on the bigger tracks. I mean, they put on a pretty good show again. So.
When's the last time you saw a road course car win at Talladega? Because that's the same car he won at COTA, I guess. The same car who won the road course won the Talladega race.
Wow.
And just think about what we're in right now and where Trackhouse Racing is. 1 year ago, Trackhouse Racing wouldn't be able to do what they did. Trackhouse Racing didn't have the resources last year with the old car where you needed to have separate cars all the time to pull off what they've done here, winning that same car at the road course and bringing it to the super speedway and winning again and putting themselves at the front of the heap come playoff time for now.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
We had a shortage of cars. Ed, are they still so short? Are they still turning out cars, and these guys got some backup cars?
Well, right now they have one backup car for each team. They're working on. They're working on getting that done.
Okay, it's probably a little bit behind, but on the other hand, that's all part of saving the team's money, right? I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, the original idea was that you'd have one backup car for every two car team. So like if you have Hendrick comes with 4 cars, there's only going to be 2 backup cars for those 4 cars. Remember, that was the original plan last November when they were talking about how the new system was going to be set up, and I think they're going to stick to that even when you have a surplus of parts.
Backup cars are in the truck with no engine, no driveline. Well, they have driveline, just no. The engine's out of the car and the wrap is off. So they have to wrap the car and put an engine in.
Now today, the Hendrick car is going to run as a 24, right? Because their backup car got to be used when Byron crashed in practice. So that's
right.
That car out, and then so now, they only needed one. But if somebody else would have crashed in practice, what do? Do you have to go find one from another team, or?
Well, they have 2 because Hendrick comes with 4 cars. So they have 2 backup cars they're allowed. So, but if 3 guys were to wreck, then you'd have a problem. So
imagine that this might be an issue sometime down the line. What are they going to do?
Well, by then maybe they'll catch up.
Run back to North Carolina and get one.
Yeah.
And that's happened in the past.
Yeah, do it. Remember, Ellen wiped 2 of them out and had to go back and get it.
Yep.
Yeah, stuff happens. Well, either way.
Or 2, wasn't it? I think it was at Dover when he wiped those cars out.
You have to be running at the front to have a shot to win a race, especially at Talladega. Ross Chastain, all he did was hold the wheel. He never made any moves at the end. All the other moves were being made around him. Kyle Larson went up to block. Hey, by the way, nice run for that 43 car again. Eric Jones, like I've said in the past, I think is the best driver that has sat in that 43 car since Richard Petty. I like him. I think he's a talented driver, and the time is coming pretty quickly, and he's going to win a race. But either way, found a way not to win last week, and All Ross Chastain did was hold his line, and the next thing you know, whoop, first car over the line. So pretty outstanding. I was much impressed.
It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details.
Congrats on going to college. Now the fun begins. Setting up your dorm, your apartment, your space. Make it yours. Bed Bath & Beyond makes it easy. Sign up now for our College Savings Pass. Get 20% off your entire purchase every time you shop through September 30th. 20% off everything. Hey, we've even got a checklist for that. You can order near home and pick it all up near campus. Sign up now at your nearest Bed Bath & Beyond or bedbathandbeyond.com and make college yours.
The driving force on figuring these cars out is unbelievable, because you're taking the same car everywhere. So
Very good stuff.
They're figuring out the characteristics of these cars. It just doesn't have all the adjustments that we had before.
We'll be back. Hang in there with us.
After a long winter away, we're back. The tradition, the dirt, the thrills. Let's go racing.
Plymouth Dirt Track Racing. This Saturday night, it's opening night. 360 sprints, late models, Grand Nationals, and B-Mods. Opening ceremonies at 5. Tickets are $18 for adults, students $10, and kids under 11 free with paying adults. Plan ahead for the year with a 10-pack for just $160. Plymouth Dirt Track Racing. Details at PlymouthDTR.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Elkhart Lakes Road America this 4th of July weekend. The NASCAR Quiktrip 250, presented by Jockey Made in America, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Henry 180 guarantees high-speed thrill and endless family fun. Enjoy the family fun zone, camping on site, and free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, your national park of speed.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
This week on NASCAR Live, Kevin Harvick stopped by.
So it's been a great racetrack for us. It's a tough racetrack. I think when you look at the bumps and the elevation changes and everything that we have to deal with up there, it's just a physically demanding racetrack, and it's also a racetrack that as a driver you have to drive hard every lap or you're not making enough time.
There's much more waiting for you each week on NASCAR Live.
Tuesday night at 6 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
I like it when NASCAR makes things simple to understand, like stage winners and points in the bucket and extra points. And, well, let's come up with a new format for the All-Star race. If you haven't heard or seen this, NASCAR thought this would be a good time to announce their All-Star format, which is coming up this month, now that it's the merry, merry month of May. And Brian is going to help us understand what we're going to deal with the new All-Star format. Everyone, get your piece of paper and a pencil and write fast.
Okay, here we go. We'll start with qualifying. Qualifying is your traditional single-car, one-lap format in reverse order of the 2022 points. Then, the fastest 8 qualifiers transfer to a 3-round head-to-head elimination bracket. The elimination bracket will feature 2 cars staged in adjacent pit stalls near the end of pit road. At the sound of an alert, each pit crew will perform a 4-tire stop, and at the drop of the track, the drivers will exit their pit stalls at no speed limit onto the track. The first car back to the start-finish line advances to the next round. They keep doing that until there's a final pairing, and the final pairing competes for the pole. You got that? That's just qualifying. Now we go to the race. The race will consist of 3 25-lap stages, and then the fourth stage will be 50 laps to compete for the $1 million prize. Stage 1, 25 laps. The winner will start on the pole of the final stage as long as he finishes 15th or better in stages 2 and 3. Stage 2, winner starts second in the final stage as long as he finishes 15th or better in stage 3. There'll be a stage break where there'll be a pit stop competition. Each team must pit and perform a 4-tire stop. The team with the shortest time on pit road wins the pit crew award, and the driver will start 4th in the final stage as long as he finishes 15th or better in stage 3. Stage 3, 25 laps. Stage 3 winner starts 3rd in the final stage. In the 4th stage, stage 1 winner starts 1st, stage 2 winner starts 2nd, stage 3 winner starts 3rd, and the pit stop competition winner starts 4th. If a natural caution occurs between laps 15 and 25 of the final stage, the standard race procedure will be in effect. If no natural caution occurs during that time, NASCAR will call an all-star competition caution. The winner of stage 4 earns $1 million. Got all that?
I'm just going to watch it. Just going to watch it, and you can tell me what's going on.
Yep. I mean, that's the best way. If they want to sit and scramble around and try to explain it as we're watching it, that's fine. But all we're going to do
You think we were confused at Bristol the other day when we didn't know the scoring? Let's hope they don't bring Darrell Waltrip up to try to explain this, because that could be a real mess.
That would be a mess, is right. They know what they're doing. We're just commentators. This is when it's all over, we're going to say, "Wow, what the hell just happened?"
And the race is at Texas, by the way, so we'll see what happens there. You got to jazz it up because we all know how Texas races.
Yeah, it's pretty good though. This is what we need. Move the All-Star race around. That's part of it, but it's being moved to a different SMI track. You know, it's not moving around the schedule. It's staying within that company anyway. But that's all right.
Because their traditional second Cup date went to Coda for the road course, and they kind of helped put that on. So now you lost your second. They have their Cup race in the fall. We'll give you the All-Star race in May.
And here are the drivers that are currently scheduled to be in it are A.J. Allmendinger, Eric Almirola, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Michael McDowell, Martin Truex Jr., and Bubba Wallace. And
the
Austin
most recent
Cindric.
Winners.
Yep, and Austin Cindric. So those are the ones that are in it so far.
Unless a new winner comes between now and that All-Star race. So
and that's May 22nd, so there's only a couple weeks left before this.
Imagine.
Is there like an open race they get in like they used to have in the past, or is that?
Yeah, the NASCAR Open will immediately precede the NASCAR All-Star race and will consist of 3 stages, 20, 20, 20, and 10. Each segment winner will advance to the All-Star race, and there will be a fan vote as well. So that's staying pretty consistent.
Yeah. Well, it's consistently confusing, but that's fine. That's okay. We'll do what we have to do. Hey, Ed, things look a little different over at Hefner these days. What am I watching? What am I looking at over there?
Well, they installed a 13,000-gallon tank on the back of the property for nitrogen for laser cutting, and it's a huge project. It's almost $100,000 to get this thing installed and running, and
oh my God!
But it's going to make he'll be at least they won't run out of nitrogen like some other people might with these shortages that are coming up.
Man, that's a big tank.
Yeah,
very big tank.
Towers over the building, it's kind of cool.
And it's nitrogen, which of course is highly flammable, right?
It's a cooling agent.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
For the lasers.
Okay. Oh, that's how they use it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I'm not that well versed on those machines.
You don't do the laser cutting. All right.
No,
that's interesting.
no, or the programming.
Here, I got another little note for us. This kid you've heard of, perhaps, a young driver. He's a short track driver. Daniel Dye, the kid's name is. He's a high school senior. Is that the car, number 43, Dan, that he's driven?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the kid's got some talent. We've seen him here and there, and we've heard his name before. We have to remember that he's a high school student that's racing, and he's got a lot of learning to do. Like you might imagine, high school students are not just learning how to be fast in the race car, but how to handle themselves as an adult. Because when you're in a race car, you're racing on national television, and there's a lot of eyes on you. But you go back to high school, and you get into a pissing match with a kid in school, and what was it? He was dancing around in front of some kid trying to make him look stupid, Dan?
I guess. And then one thing led to another, and it ended up getting
winding up.
He punched him, I guess, where it counts.
And he gave a kid a ruptured testicle, which is hard to just say, let alone think about. That isn't just the whole thing, though. Who does he drive for, Dan?
It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details.
Well, he's running the ARCA series, and he runs for GMS Racing on that. And the super late stuff, I think it was Ben Kennedy Racing.
Ben Kennedy. Does the name ring a bell? Like perhaps the great-grandson of Bill France? Maybe that would, make you think that this kid is not the sharpest. There's a lot of guys that need some learning. We got to use our heads a little bit more than we do. It's easy to say.
Looks like it's a felony battery charge.
I would say.
Yeah, his lawyer. There's more to the story, and it's all going to go away. So we'll see what happens as it plays out, I guess.
The words "ruptured testicle." If that doesn't make you want us to get the break, what would? We'll be right back.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358. It'll be here before you know it. America's National Park of Speed, Road America, has a thrilling, jam-packed race season coming May through September. Vintage racing, IndyCar, NASCAR, and more. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Matt Kenseth returns to MIS Sunday afternoon, May 1st for the Joe Shear Classic 200. Presented by Keen Park. See the stars and cars of the ARCA Midwest Tour battle on Wisconsin's fastest half mile for $15,000 to win. Plus Midwest trucks and 602 Outlaw Late Model. Get advanced discount tickets and information at MISRacing.com. The ARCA Midwest Tour returns to Madison International Speedway for the Joe Shear Classic 200 featuring NASCAR champ Matt Kenseth. First race 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, May 1st. Madison International Speedway. Don't miss it.
Spring is in the air, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need, with fresh mulch arriving daily, from premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to Enviro mulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years, PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
And the green flag is in the air, and A.J. Allmendinger wants to get away in a hurry.
Returns to the Palmetto State.
Whoa, trouble, turn number 3, Joe Graff Jr. around, into the wall. He'll back it into the fence.
To the track too tough to tame.
Looking for the checkered flag. No caution in the air. Justin Allgaier comes down the front stretch.
It's the Mahindra Roxor 200.
This Saturday, coverage starts at high noon on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Yes, another beautiful spring week upon us here, and we dodged some rain yet again. But there was some racing that they did get in. We'll start Tuesday night, Rossburg, Ohio, the Eldora Speedway. For their season opener on a Tuesday night, you say yes, because it was the Castrol Flow Racing Night in America Series for super late models, $20,000 and $22 to win on a Tuesday night on the Rough and Tumble Eldora Speedway. It was tacky, it was heavy. Kyle Larson had no problem with it. He dominated that event, picking up his first dirt super late model win of 2022. Wednesday night, they did it again in Brownstown, Indiana. Another $20,000 and $22 to win. This time, Jonathan Davenport picked up the victory there. Friday night, they did get racing in finally at Chilton, their season opener. For the modifieds, it was Tyler Wilson, the Grand Nationals, Taylor Ron, and the stock cars was Mitch Meyer. Farmer City, Illinois, the UMP late model feature winner there was Jason Fager, and the modifieds was Michael Ledford. Kenny Wallace was there. He finished second in that feature. Bedford, Pennsylvania, the Billy Wynn Classic, $12,086 to win for the super late models. Greg Satterley picked up the win there. Sarver, Pennsylvania, the Lernerville Speedway for the All-Star Circuit of Champions Sprint Cars. Hunter Schoenberg was your winner. Bill Baylog was there. He finished 19th. Scotty Thiel, who was running in the top 5 for a while, had some issues at the end, but did make the feature among the 44 cars there and finished 23rd. Bristol, Tennessee, the Bristol Bash for the World of Outlaw Case Construction late models and the World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. In the late models, Jonathan Davenport continued his day. Remember how last week I said that was his first feature win he had all year? Well, he's figured it out now because he picked up another $25,000 Friday night, and in the sprint cars, $25,000 went to Logan Schuchart. Yesterday, everything in Wisconsin was rained out. Almost everything in Iowa was rained out. Illinois, it rained around here. Those of you around here, you saw how much it rained, so nothing happened here. But they did race in Union, Kentucky, Florence Speedway. $3,000 win for the UMP late models. Tim McCready was your winner. Knoxville, Iowa, they did dodge the raindrops down there. In the sprint cars, Brian Brown was your winner for the 410 sprints. 360 sprints went to Terry McCarl. Hartford, Ohio, the Sharon Speedway for the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Cap Henry was your winner. Bill Baylog finished 9th in the feature. Scotty Thiel was leading the B main, and it was a real rough and tumble B main. Actually ran out of gas leading that thing with like a green-white checker coming up. So unfortunately, he did not make the race. And finally, Bristol, the final night of the Bristol Bash for the Case Construction late models and the NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. In the late models, Ricky Weiss picked up the $25,000 to win. Kyle Larson finished 5th in that event. In the sprint cars, Spencer Baston got the win over Kyle Larson. So Kyle Larson had an eventful weekend in Bristol. He was slated to start outside of the front row in Friday night's super late model race. But because he's running both divisions and they had some transmission issues with his super late model, he did not make it to the line in time, so he had to start last, 22nd on the field, and was going for the win with a couple laps to go when he misjudged a corner and got up into the wall and wrecked his car. And if you follow social media, you've seen some of the comments he's made about the World of Outlaws.
He was pretty mad about that.
Yeah, he was, and more so for his car owner. I mean, you know, $25,000 for Kyle Larson isn't an overly big deal, but for Kevin Rumley, his car owner, it would have been a big deal. So we'll see how it goes going forward. When there's a lot of money on the line, it don't matter what sanctioning body it is, these guys are going to show up. So I would imagine we'll still see them at some outlaw races later on this year.
Brian, speaking of those outlaw late models, we're coming to Wisconsin next week. We're going to be there.
Yes, we are heading over to Mississippi Thunder Speedway for the first time ever. That's in Fountain City, Wisconsin. Winona, Minnesota is the closest larger city to it. For 3 nights of racing there, they're running Thursday night for $10,000 to win, Friday night for $10,000 to win, and $50,000 on Friday night. Along with that, the USMTS modifieds are going to be there. They're running for $3,000 Friday night, $3,000 Thursday, $5,000 Friday, and $10,000 on Saturday. So there's a lot of money going to be changing hands out there, and be interesting to see a new track we've never been to, and we've heard a lot of good things about it.
Brian, here I waited all the way through for you to give results from Williams Grove, Pennsylvania, and you never did. Why would I even care about Williams Grove, Pennsylvania? Well, for the first time in my life, and I've heard about the place many times, I went to the track. It's in Mechanicsburg, and it's a very, very fast half mile. I've never seen, first of all, I've never been to Beaver Dam's half mile before, but a half mile dirt track is pretty fast, and they tend to string out a little bit. But Devin Borden from Washington won in the 4:10 sprints on Friday night at Williams Grove. Just thought I'd help you out there.
You missed it by 2 weeks, Todd. The World of Outlaws are going to be there in 2 weeks.
Oh, I heard all about it. Oh, yeah, I know. That's fine. Well, around the Midwest, we got the super late model racing underway at the ARCA Midwest Tour / Slinger Elite 8 Series. Got the season started on the Miracle on the High Banks at Slinger Speedway. Defending track champion and Slinger Nationals champion Luke Fenhouse won his first race of the year, I guess, of all the things he's been racing. Looked awfully strong. It was a very impressive race, holding off Casey Johnson and Ty Majeski. Derek Kraus had a little contact with Majeski there for third. That was good for those roommates to go through that just a little bit. Gabe Summers finished fifth. Alex Prunty was sixth, and Jacob Nottestead was seventh. In the pro late models, Ryan Crane was our winner, and in the modifieds, it was Justin Okrulica as the Slinger season got started last week. And that's what we have for the state of Wisconsin for results.
Really cool to see the ARCA Midwest Tour there. A lot of those guys had never raced there before, and it was a really good show. To see that many cars for the season opener was outstanding.
Yeah, guys that we don't see race there. That was neat to have them get out and get a little taste of it and see. That means that Luke Fenhouse is now the point leader in the Elite 8 Series, since the Super Lates are only racing 8 times this year. This will give you some incentive for some of these guys possibly to come back and race some more with us. So that was what the whole idea of a dual points thing, and it's pretty cool stuff, no doubt. And we got off to a pretty good, excellent race, by the way. Whether you were at the track or you were able to watch it on the internet, it turned out to be a pretty damn good show. So that's for sure. Again, you like to participate in the program, 414-421-7901, and seems like a good time to take a little bit of a break. We'll be back.
After a long winter away, we're back. The tradition, the dirt, the thrills. Let's go racing. Plymouth Dirt Track Racing. This Saturday night, it's opening night. 360 sprints, late models, Grand Nationals, and B-Mods. Opening ceremonies at 5. Tickets are $18 for adults, students $10, and kids under 11 free with paying adults. Plan ahead for the year with a 10-pack for just $160. Plymouth Dirt Track Racing. Details at PlymouthDTR.com.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Elkhart Lakes Road America this 4th of July weekend. The NASCAR Quiktrip 250, presented by Jockey Made in America, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Henry 180 guarantees high-speed thrill and endless family fun. Enjoy the family fun zone, camping on site, and free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, your national park of speed.
The Milwaukee Admirals are headed to the postseason. Friday night, the Admirals host the Manitoba Moose in the first game of the playoff series. 41 seconds remaining in the period. 1-0 Rockford. Huntington, far trapezoid line center. Far down a score! Pre-game coverage at 6:30. Face-off at 7 on the Big 920 and your iHeart Radio app.
And And welcome back to the program. We missed this 2 weeks ago, but Roger Regret passed away. Long-time Central Wisconsin competitor and definitely one of the great names from the state of Wisconsin in racing of all forms.
One of my favorite Roger Regret memories was at Kaukauna one time, and Kevin Harvick was driving there, and Ed and I were talking to Roger, and he was like, "Who's in that 29 car?" And we're like, "It's Kevin Harvick." And he doesn't know what he's doing. He was taking a wrong line around. And Ed's like, "I think we're going to go tell him that." And he's like, "Really?" We walked over to Harvick, and Ed pointed over, and he said, "See that guy over there? That's a 1968 champion out here. He drives a pace car." He says, "You don't know what the hell you're doing." Kevin Harvick's like, "Let's go talk to him." So we walk over to Roger Reed. They sit there, and Roger says, "Yeah, you know what you're doing. You're not coming off the wall right. You got to swing down to the wall into turn one." And Harvick went out and listened. He picked up like 2/10. It was great.
Oh, how about that?
I remember well.
Awesome. That's about as cool as it gets.
You know, I don't really do a lot of podcasts and stuff, but there's one coming up on Monday, and it's early in the morning. It's 6 a.m. Eastern, so it's 5 o'clock here. It's the Scene Vault podcast. This is the 40th anniversary of the biggest mystery in NASCAR with L.W. Wright. You familiar with this guy that supposedly ran the 1982? He ran in the 1982 Winston 500. He conned everybody to get Sterling Marlin to give him a car. He ran the race. He crashed in practice, ran the race, and had problems and left, and he just skipped town and never was heard from again. Everybody kind of want to know who he is. He's kind of like the D.B. Cooper of NASCAR.
Yes.
They claim they found him, and he's going to be on their podcast on Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern, the Scene Vault podcast. I'm curious.
He was not a driver.
No, right. He was a con man, really.
He just talked him into giving him a car, probably cash.
I think Fox did a special on him a couple years ago. I remember watching a special that they did, the mystery of him and talking about all the stuff that went through it, and they never were able to find out who the guy actually was.
Didn't take long to figure out this guy didn't know what the hell he was doing.
And they claim they found him, and he'll be on Monday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern on the Scene Vault podcast. I got it through Twitter, so if you can search for that, we'll see the guy's got to say if he really got him or not. It's been 40 years.
The beautiful thing about those podcasts, Dan, as is LTN, is that you can listen to it later, and you don't have to get up early just to listen to a podcast, right?
Right.
You can hear it anytime. But what is it called again?
The Scene Vault podcast. I think it's a bunch of guys who used to work at the old Grand National Scene. I think Rick Houston is part of that. Steve Wade might be part of that still.
Oh, that's cool. And and they found him. All right. Chris Buescher starts on the pole today. Denny Hamlin will start second. Kyle Larson third. Chase Elliott fourth. And Blaney will roll off fifth today. I suppose this would be a good time for us to listen. We understand that we're not picking very well on this program. Matter of fact, if we pick a guy to win, pretty much he won't. That's the way we pick around here. I've been watching, and I think that the next first-time winner could be today, and I'm going to pick Daniel Suarez. It's just a matter of time in that Trackhouse car. The other Trackhouse car is winning. Suarez has been very good, and I like the kid. What can I tell you? And I think he's going to win.
He hurt his foot doing some kind of workout or something, so he's driving him not on 100%.
That will teach you not to work out. All right, Ed, who are you looking at?
17.
Ooh, Buescher. Interesting. You know?
It looks like it's shaping up to be a Hendrick day, but I'm going to go with the Penske car, Ryan Blaney.
Interesting. All right, and Brian.
I think it's time for Chase Elliott to get his to get his win today and be the final of the 4 Hendrick cars to get the victory, and it's not on a road course. So I think I'm going to go with Chase Elliott. Remember, he should have won his first race here years ago and had some bad luck. So this place, he's after one here.
Of the 4 of us, you know, much of it is, like, on my part, wishful thinking. But, Brian, I would agree that you're probably the closest. But knowing how poor we are at picking winners.
We'll probably wreck on lap 12 now.
Yeah. Ed, I had the guy that you had last week. You picked Suarez at Talladega, and he was great for a while.
Yeah.
Running up front and looking pretty stout. So we'll have to see. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but attendance is up at NASCAR races. Things are finally turning around in no small part having to do with these new cars, I think, and the racing has changed. There's new winners now, we're missing all the great old drivers. The new stars are starting to win races and make a name for themselves. Not that many fringe NASCAR watchers knew who Chastain was. And here's a guy smashing watermelons from on top of his car, and he's won twice this year. It's pretty cool that we're finally turning a corner and coming back. And I think these cars have something to do with it.
That's basic common sense, People are going to come and watch if it's a good product. And when you put out a better product, more people are going to come and watch. And that's what we have this year. A better product, something that people are, I really want to go see that. And when they come to your neck of the woods, people are showing up to watch it. And that's a big thing.
It has taken a couple of years to overcome all the biggest stars that NASCAR had retiring. And now that they're gone, we've got to learn that William Byron is the next superstar, and Ross Chastain is the guy that'll take chances like no one else. And it's coming. It really is. And by the way, don't you think that the absolute gamble that Keselowski took by leaving a organization where he won on a weekly basis to be a part of a rebuild of a formerly good organization in Roush Fenway, it's been pretty good for him, and I think it's coming around. And here they are on the pole today, so you just never know. Also, we've never mentioned, when we told you that we forgot Roger Regath, we also Frank Ramatka passed away also last weekend.
No.
Yeah, so we're sorry about that. We didn't get a chance to mention.
Oh, no. Stupid.
Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it, making us a little part of your Sunday. See many of you. Dan's headed for Madison to watch Matt Kenseth come back. And don't forget, the coverage for the Dover race starts at 1 o'clock here on the Big 920. Green flags at 2:11. It's on FS1. And also, try to remember, real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our in-house engineer, website coordinator, and king of the knobs is Matt Hangover Losi. For all of us, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations via Skype. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.
It's finally time to start firing up the grill. From city to shore, Acme is everything you need to prep for this summer season. Download the Acme app to shop for this season's essentials any way you want. Open the Acme app, clip your deals, then order your items online. An experienced Acme associate will carefully select your groceries, bag your order, and bring it right to your car or deliver right to your door. Download the app or visit acmemarkets.com for program details.